So I hear we're having a meeting next week, and it's all about productivity standards. I just hope they don't increase them again. Makes me a little nervous. I almost got written up the last time. They'll explain it all. I mean, they know that we're running around like chickens without heads cut off, so I can't imagine that they're really going to make it that much higher. Well, I guess you're right. I guess they're expecting us to run even faster. Maybe if I just run up and down the stairs and try to catch the elevators at the right time, I'll be able to get in another couple of units per day. Well, all I can do is try, right? Well, at least you're lucky. I'm already concerned that they've already got their eye on me because I was not quite making productivity the last time. What if they start to use this as an excuse to get rid of me? I don't know. Makes me nervous. Wow, this is getting harder than I thought. But what if I end up charting that I got there a minute beforehand and maybe charted that I got there 2 minutes later? Let's see. So extra minute on the way in, extra 2 minutes on the way out. It's only a few minutes, but that would allow me to charge another unit. I think those little bits may not be able to be too bad to add into my times. I don't know about that. Well, because I think it can become a slippery slope. It only seems like a couple minutes here and there, but ultimately, you don't want it to come back and bite you. Also, if you start documenting that you were there a couple minutes longer, but then another discipline comes in and your times are overlapping, don't you think that's going to look fishy? I'll talk to the other disciplines. I think it's only fair to discuss this with them, but ultimately my job could be on the line, and I just really do not want to lose my job. I think everybody else is a little safer than me, so I think it's worth it. Hey Vivian, I wanted a chance to talk to you. I got called in to go see Mrs. Jones up on 4105 to do some stair training so she could get cleared to go home. I was reading the documentation, and the documentation said that she had done the stair training, but the nurse and the patient were under the impression that it wasn't done. So I went in to see her again to just maybe verify some education, and she distinctly said she hadn't done it, but it was documented by you that you did. I remember that patient. I distinctly remember educating her on the sequence of stair training, and I thought she had it, so I didn't feel the need to actually have to practice it. So I think what she just maybe doesn't remember the education that I provided. I think the bigger issue is that the documentation actually says that the patient required contact guard assistance to do the stairs, but yet now you're telling me you didn't do it. But yet there was a charge for stair training. So this is where my confusion lies, and I just wanted to ask you, what's going on? Well, like I said, what I ended up doing was educating the patient on doing the proper sequence for stairs. So I didn't see any harm in actually documenting and charging for stair training. So I hear they're meeting with us individually about productivity. Now I have to say I'm a little bit nervous. You're right, the productivity standard was a little bit more challenging than I thought, but I think I'll be okay. Actually, I just had my meeting with my manager and it went really well. She was super proud of the fact that I have been making productivity overall just about every single day, and overall week to week it has been stellar. I don't think I've ever been so happy before, and she's really hoping that I keep it up. So fingers crossed that they keep acknowledging all the work that I've done. I know, but don't you feel a little bit bad that some of your charges may have been slightly inflated by either adding a couple minutes here or there, or even charging for a treatment that you actually didn't fully render? In reality, the majority of these admissions to the hospital fall under a DRG, which means it really doesn't matter how much therapy we give a patient or don't give a patient. They're not going to be charged anymore. So really, what's the difference if I add in another unit or two throughout the day? I think it'll all work out just fine.